Hey, it's Jasmine here, and I'm here to show you how to warm up safe and efficiently at the crag. Outdoor climbing can be a bit scary and a bit daunting sometimes, and we don't have the same facilities that we have in indoor climbing gyms to warm up. So I'm up here to show you how to make it nice and easy and simple to warm up. So I'm going to show you a nice full body dynamic warm up that we can do. So we're starting at our head and we're doing different ranges of motion. So we're going to tilt from side to side, nice and slow. And then we're going to go up and down. And then we're going to complete 2 head circles each way. That's the first bit. Alright, and then we're going to move on to our shoulders. We're going to start doing some shoulder shrugs. As you guys have seen, it's probably my favourite exercise. Alright, and then once they start to feel a little bit active and engaged, we're going to start doing some baby shoulder circles. So arms bent, we're going to go 6 one way, then 6 the other. And then let's just have a rest there. We're going to start warming up our hands. So again, same thing, we're going to do some arm circles. We're just exploring different ranges of motion. 6 one way, 6 the other. We're going to give us some love and do some cuddles again. Perfect. Let's shake it out. So what we're going to start warming up is our hands and our wrists. Wrists are a really important thing to warm up before we start climbing, especially outdoors at a place like this. Huge ranges of motion and different things you want to warm up. So what I like to do, arms straight, because we're going to try mimicking lots of force on the wrist. Thumbs out, 6 wrist circles one way, 6 the other. Shake. Thumbs tucked in, 6 wrist circles in one way, 6 the other. I usually get so pumped when I do these. Alright, shake it out. This is a crowd favourite. We like to call it the Egyptian. So we're just warming up our biceps and our arms, shoulders back and engaged. We're putting one palm up one way, one palm up the other way, and we're going to rotate. Starting to waken everything up in these cold conditions. What we're going to do, we're going to start doing some opera houses. So we're going to lean over to one side, lean over to the other, slowly starting to wake up all the little bits of our body. And then move our thoracic spine. Perfect. We're going to try and get somewhere level. If it's not too level, feel free to jump on your mat. So again, feet wider than hip distance apart. And we're going to lean over from side to side. If you do have any niggles or if anything does feel a bit funny, listen to your body. We've only got one body and it's really important to listen to everything. And if something feels funny, don't try and push it. Try and do different ranges of motions and things that would agree. Alright, so once we've warmed up from side to side, we're going to try and do a nice transition staying down low. Trying to warm up all the different parts of our legs. There we go. So we're going to start with our feet together. Concentrating on knees pointing out, we're going to do a whole range of different squats in different ranges of motion. So we're going to go squat, 1, 2, separating our feet a little bit, doing another 2, trying to concentrate on our form. Again, keep on going. So the idea of this is that you're warming your knees up on different ranges of motion that it might find on the rock. And now we're bringing it back in. So just one squat. Beautiful. And we're going to start with some knee circles. So making sure our knees are bent. We're never locking our knees into place. And we're going to go with knee circles. We're going to do 3 one way, 3 the other, and just repeat. If we think about it, if we're going to go up for a move, or if we're going to land, the first thing that lands or the last thing that has contact with the rock is our ankles. So it's so important to warm them up. So just super easy. I like to start with some calf raises. So 6 upwards. And those that feel like they're pretty warm, you can even try engaging your balance and trying to do one leg at a time. Perfect. And just finishing it up with some ankle circles. And then rotating each side. My balance is terrible. Perfect. So one thing that I really like to do to make sure everything's nice and warm is some glute bridges. So we're going to have our heel out turned like we have it on the rock. And what we're going to do, we're going to come up and we're going to squeeze our bottom and pushing down on those heels, right? We're warming everything up. So we're going to do 6 of those. And for those that feel like they're really nice and warm after those 6, we've got 2 variations. For those that are just starting out, try with your foot up. So same principle. So one foot's turning out, foot's up, and we're going to lift it up and squeeze and come back down. For those that feel like that's way too easy, I still leave my foot up. You can leave your foot down and do 6 that way as well. That brings more of the weight down. So 6 on each leg. So now that our body's nice and warm, it comes to warming up our shoulders and our fingers. So there's different tools that you can use. We can use resistance bands, super easy to find, or we can use things like a portable hangboard. I use the OK board myself, but there's a whole lot of different options out there on the market. So for those that don't have hangboards or resistance bands that they can use, I'm just going to show you a couple of exercises that you guys can do to try warm up your shoulders and your fingers as well. So what I like to do is I like to pretend I've got a nice pull-up bar and we're slowly warming up and initiating and engaging the shoulders. So what we're doing, we're pretending when we're at a bar, we're going to pull our shoulders back and engage, and we're just going to do a nice pull-up, nice and easy, and we're just going to relax. We've got a box as well. We're making sure our feet are wider than hip distance apart, our core's nice and engaged. And what we're doing, we're just initiating our shoulders and pushing the box back up and relax. Now, we're a little bit heavier, all right? So we're making it harder. Arms facing forwards. What I like to try to do with these, I've noticed a lot of people when they do their pull-ups, their shoulders are flaring outwards. But when we're climbing, think about it. Our shoulders are facing usually forward. So trying to keep our shoulders, I'm at our elbows. So I've noticed a lot of people when they do their pull-ups, their elbows are flaring outwards. So try and link it more to rock climbing, where we're usually facing our elbows a bit more inwards. So we're going to pretend to face our elbows inwards. So again, we're a little bit heavier. We're going to go down, shoulders are engaged and back up. We're pulling up and getting our chin above our chest, and we're relaxing. Same again, we've got a box, shoulders are back and engaged, and we're pulling up, pushing up, push, 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 and relax. Alright guys, we've had a big feat. We're so heavy now. We're going to engage everything, pulling up. We're going to go, pulling down, go, 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 pulling up, engaging everything. Get that chin above the bar and relax. Woo. And then same again guys, we've got a box, so feet again, core really engaged. We're pushing up, and initiating and engaging everything. Push, 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 and relax. That's a nice way to warm up if you don't have a bar or if there's nothing that you can hang off as well. Another exercise I do with my fingers to try and get them warm, I try to pretend they're jellyfish. I try to get them going, or imagine your hands are in a rice bucket. And once we feel like they're engaged, we're doing it from different ranges of motion. So arms are nice and straight, arms are down here, and we're just shaking it out. So once you feel like your hands are warm, that's when you can start to find more positive holds on the rock, and you can just have a go of doing some hangs or some holds with your hands on the rock and just slowly pulling down and initiating. So you don't have to go off the ground, you can just go into holds and use your body weight to slowly try and wake up your fingers and your tendons. Because it's not always that you can find a perfect place to hang or do pull-ups. So I'm just going to show you a few exercises for the resistance bands. They're a fantastic tool to use to warm up your shoulders in a whole different lot of range of motions. But what I'm going to show you is how you can use them to warm up your fingers. One of my favorite exercises, so you don't necessarily need a long band for this. You're literally just putting your hand inside, stretching it out, and you're fanning out your fingers there. So that's a great way to wake up your fingers. And it's also another fantastic way to train your wrists as well. So again, putting your fingers through, ooh, and then stretching out your hand. Oh, I picked a tough resistance band to warm up with. And as I mentioned, it's fantastic for our wrists to warm up those different ranges of motion. So we're going up and down, or down and up. And make sure you just do both hands as well. So this is another tool I use. It's a portable hangboard. My one doubles up as a home board as well. So with this one, you can hang it up on some trees or some bolts in the rock or some positive features. Sometimes when it's not easy to hang, so you've got a nice positive hold, you've got it on your feet, and you're warming up your different grip positions here, and you're pulling back as well. So you're going up and you're warming, you're pulling as much as you can, keeping your arms and shoulders engaged and relaxing. Then you can try different grips, so you can try and rotate from smaller crimps to bigger crimps, or you can warm up different finger groups, so you can warm up 2 to 3 fingers at a time. Really fantastic tool, guys. I forgot my disco knees. So another great warm up as well that you can do to warm up your knees, especially whilst on the rock. For those that are familiar with the drop knee position, super great, but can be super lethal to people's knees. So what we do, we're doing it in a nice controlled environment. We're lifting up our heel off the ground, twisting the toe towards the knee, and we're slowly coming down and easing that range of motion. If it hurts and feels uncomfortable, don't force it. Lifting up that heel, twisting in and there. So with the warm-up, it's all about mimicking movements and things that you might come across on the walk or wall, so you're nice and comfortable. So this warm-up can be done either inside or outside as well. It's just all about making your climbing a more safe and enjoyable experience. So now that our body's nice and warm, it's when we can start progressing from easier climbs all the way to harder ones, but understandably that's always not the option. So that's when you can break it down. As I said, you can start doing little moves and little sections, just listening to your body. So now that we've done our warm-up, it's time to get our shoes on and just to take it nice and easy. Remember to stay safe, listen to your own body, and most of all, have fun.